Hello, let me do an anxiety video check-in. The check-in anxiety for this week is definitely about my 1901 project, which, I've like, I got all these ideas how I want to talk about things and stuff like that. And now I've kind of come to my first thing of doing the Hound of the Baskervilles and like what I want to talk about. And I'm finding I found myself really kind of dragging my ass on the whole thing, not kind of getting to it. I've left it for a couple of days and it's just like, oh God, it's all going to fade away. And I have actually finally now started working on the project, which is a lot better. Which is good. I'm just trying to think about what it is about this that is giving me anxiety. I guess there's the anxiety of, oh, this is stuff I want to release. I've kind of on purpose went with, Holmes is Where the Heart is a project that people are doing, where people are reading works of Sherlock Holmes within February and doing videos on it. So I would be potentially joining with a group of people doing videos on Sherlock Holmes. So there's sort of that anxiety about being in a group. And as before, even, no, it was after I think even like finished reading Hound of the Baskervilles, Steve Donahue started reading out the Hound of the Baskervilles particularly, and interjecting that kind of little bit of commentary in about the work as he goes along reading it, which is like, oh God. So I feel like I'm entering into a bit of a crowded field where I can't be assured that people will be like, I'm not interested. I mean, the good thing is by the end of the month, people will probably be so bored of Sherlock Holmes that they're very unlikely to click on what's undoubtedly a very niche and hardly attended video on Hound of the Baskervilles. And then when they listen to what I'm talking about, which is phrenology and Alphonse Bertillon and his testimony in the Dreyfus trials, I'm sure I will have even less people talk about it. Will want to watch it. So I guess I have that, but I do have anxiety about that. It's like, oh, this somewhat represents me trying to re-enter a booktube of trying to like, let's do something that is, let's try and do something where I'm kind of meeting booktube halfway, and I'm doing my interests, but I'm also getting into the interests of people. And like, once I saw that the Hound of the Baskervilles was published in 1901, I thought, well, perfect. It fits right within my remit. And so I started it, not aware of this other stuff. But then I thought with this other stuff, it's like, well, I also want to be more sociable, more being with other people. So it would be good to do that, which probably means I should also kind of make an effort to watch other people's Holmes is Where the Heart is videos and just sort of see what they're like, what the tone is. Maybe I'll find like people who are chatting about the stuff I like. I don't know what would be worse, people who have already covered these points and covered them better, and then I'll really feel like not doing anything. That might be one of the reasons I haven't watched anyone. Or I'll find a lot of people who are kind of just gushing lightly about stories and then back, going on to the next thing, and are not going to appreciate me and my focus. And I know a lot of people who kind of get a little bit riled when you pull up real life things, or real concerns about stuff into works, and think, oh, this is just fun Sherlock Holmes, why are you pissing on our enthusiasm, which is not my intention, but is my worry. Which makes me think what I will do is I will do my research, make my video, try and build up a little watch list, and then once I have done my video, got it all done, don't have to worry about other people's influence. I know actually from this that that Steve Donahue has already passed a couple of the good sections where I want to comment and hasn't mentioned the things that I want to comment on, so I'm not duplicating him. I'm doing something different, and he's looking at it probably more as a successful piece of fiction, which it definitely is, whereas I'm kind of mining it for its what it's saying about 1901. So I definitely have my own point of view, which I should try and hold to in that. Yeah. So yeah, that's where I am. Anxious, but okay, maybe I've come up with some things of like, I'm worried about getting influenced. Okay, if you're worried about getting influenced, just make a playlist of videos that you will watch after you've made this video. And, just go with, you've got your own point of view. And if people don't like that point of view, that's fine. Maybe some people will find it interesting. I'm going to try and not come from it as an asshole, but just as someone who's interested in this stuff and is interested in 1901 and wanting to bring that into my readings and into my consciousness as a reader. All right, I will leave it there. Anxious as always, but maybe a little less anxious. More videos later.